In South Africa, speaking to me live from Pretoria this evening. Special polls took place today and the main polls will be taking place in Rwanda tomorrow to elect a new president, and it looks likely that President Paul Kagame will get another 7-year term. In East Africa, Kenya heads to the polls on Tuesday. The government says it will deploy more than 150,000 security officers across the country during the elections there. On August 8th, Kenyans will vote for a president as well as members of the national and county assemblies, country assemblies rather. Meanwhile, the head of the Commonwealth Observer Mission, former Ghanaian President John Mahama, has condemned the murder of a senior electoral commission official. He's also called for a speedy investigation into Chris Msando's murder.
It's rush hour at the country bus station in Nairobi.
I'm registered at Sia County. I have to go back and vote for my beloved presidential candidate and the other candidates.
I'm going home because I'm going to vote at home. I took my vote at home.
Bus operators are doing brisk business.
The price has risen from, it could be 800 in August normal fare, lakini by the moment we are taking 1500.
The trip home is however not automatic. The marshals here decide who goes home and who stays behind.
We are counter checking where you're registered, and if you find that you registered in Nairobi, we don't allow you to travel to Western, because we are encouraging everyone to vote where he or she registered.
This year's elections is a tight race pitting incumbent President Uhuru Kenyatta against his political rival, former Prime Minister Raila Odinga of the opposition coalition, the National Super Alliance, NASA.
It's a critical election. I call it a watershed. It is the election that is going to see the maturity of Kenyan democracy. It will establish Kenya as one of the leading democracies on this continent.
19.6 million Kenyans are registered to vote in this year's elections. Kenya goes to the polls on Tuesday, and while some of the people behind me are actually traveling home to go and vote, others are leaving because they fear violence may erupt after their elections.
From the government end, the best we will do is to assure Kenyans that they need to stay calm, they need to stay where they are registered and voters, and they need to trust that we shall protect them.
Meanwhile, the African Union Elections Observer Mission to Kenya has warned that the exploitation of ethnic divisions during the campaign period has the potential to destabilize the East African nation during and after the polls. Sarah Kimani, SABC News, Kenya.